Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Smackdown. And I thought I thought it was a okay show. There was some stuff that I enjoyed, some stuff was like meh, though. But just a little update on the weather that we got today. It stopped, raining and sleeting, having that mix that that we saw today. Then if you saw my previous video, which I did this morning, you'll see like some of the snow that we got, and it just turned to sleet and rain, icy sleet later on during the day today. So but yeah, so finally we made it through this storm, so that's pretty good. And all right, so on to the review, onto the SmackDown review. The show opened with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Styles went to Daniel, saying that he wanted to speak with Shane after what happened last week. Because it was not on SmackDown, though. It was on Talking Smack, where it showed AJ taking out his frustrations in the back with Shane, and sort of in the control room, and just Styles just taking his anger and his frustration out on Shane. So, and then Daniel said that he wants to work. He wants to work with Styles. What happened between him and Shane last week, and AJ is going to go to the ring to tell how he really feels about about what's going on with him. So it was it was an okay little opening. So, and then we get to AJ going to the ring. He says that he's sick and tired of being screwed by both Daniel and Shane, and he says he was the best superstar of last year, which is, I have to say, is true, because he had a pretty good 2016. He debuted last year at the Royal Rumble, so he had a pretty good year. And he says that he's the superstar that puts SmackDown back on the map, and he goes on to say that he doesn't have a match at WrestleMania, and he says he wants to have a conversation with Shane about his career. So it was a pretty good opening segment, and just throughout the night, we just had Styles in the back in the garage, just waiting on Shane to arrive to the arena. So, and after that was the first match. It was Becky Lynch versus Natalya. Entertaining match. Really liked it. You had Becky Lynch and Natalya going at it. You had Natalya slam Becky outside of the ring. Just pretty much a little bit dominating Becky. But in the end, Becky got the win with the disarmer on Natalya. Natalya tapped out to it. Then after the match, you had Carmella come in, and she kicks Becky and Natalya, and so, because she's gonna be in the match at WrestleMania to go and see if she's gonna win the women's title. So you had Ellsworth there too. And then when SmackDown came back from commercial, we saw Carmella and James Ellsworth backstage. Carmella was being interviewed, saying that she's going to be the next SmackDown Women's Champion. So it was a little interview. And then after that, we had Miz TV, which, in my opinion, I thought was boring. It was just Miz and Maurice as the guests, and they go on to say they trash talk John Cena, and Nikki Bella, and they say that Cena and Nikki are frauds, and Miz goes on to show a clip from last week when Miz and Maurice attacked both Cena and Nikki, And then he shows also another clip from last week's Talking Smack, putting both Cena and Nikki in their place. Miz goes on to say that Cena only likes himself, and Maurice says that Nikki is 10 times worse than Cena. And then Maurice goes on to say that Nikki tried to not let Maurice sign a contract for Total Divas, and that Nikki was going to take care of signing the contract for her. And she says that Nikki was untouchable, and that Nikki hurted Maurice. And so Maurice goes to say that Nikki cheated her, and that she wants to make Nikki suffer and expose her for what she really is. And that eventually leads to Cena and Nikki coming out, but Miz and Maurice, got out of the ring fast. Nikki gets on the mic and says that her and Maurice were never good friends, and that Maurice stabbed her in the back. Nikki gives Maurice an opportunity for Maurice to get into the ring so she could kick her ass, and she wanted it to happen tonight. Miz goes to say that, says to Nikki that Nikki can't make matches, and that she can't get in the ring, that Maurice can't get in the ring right now. Eventually leads to Daniel Bryan coming out, and then just says, all Miz does is run his mouth. Pretty much Daniel just roasted Miz throughout the end of the segment, saying that, for everything Miz does, he wants to punch Miz right in the face. And, that he also goes on to say that every time Miz does his moves that he used to do, Daniel used to do the kicks and, the yes chants, he wants to punch Miz in the face. He goes on to make a match for WrestleMania, which I called it. Pretty much, we all probably called it. And he makes a match for WrestleMania, and it will be Cena and Nikki versus Miz and Maurice. So, I knew it. I called it. We pretty much all called it. So, but Miz TV, this Miz TV was pretty boring, in my opinion. And then after that, we had Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss. This match was made because, of last week, Mickie turned on Alexa because Mickey's going to also be in that match to hopefully win the women's title at WrestleMania. But this match was okay. Flowed pretty well. A lot of back and forth action between Mickie and Alexa. But in the end, Mickie got the win with the Mick kick on Alexa to score the win. So, but all in all, it was an okay match. So, and then we see AJ Styles. We go back and we see AJ Styles in the garage, which we've seen for like half hour of the show, gotta say. And then we see Shane make his way into the garage, and then just from out of nowhere, AJ Styles just attacks Shane. Styles just is kicking Shane's ass, and then it was really crazy, very extreme though. AJ throws Shane into the back window, pretty much one of the side windows of a car, busts the window. Shane's head busts the window, and just leaves a very bloody. He was busted open on the side of the head over here, which was crazy though. We've been getting a lot of extreme stuff on SmackDown ever since 2 weeks ago when Orton burned the Wyatt compound, and I hope they do this every week though. Have one extreme moment, because from what I read, a lot of people are saying, oh, since if they keep doing this, they're gonna make SmackDown more attitude worthy, because it kind of looks like they wanted to change SmackDown to TV 14, but who knows. And then when we come back to the commercial, from the commercial we see the doctors with Shane, just trying to see if he's all right. They do like the shining the light in the eyes and see if his eyes can move. And the doctors wanted Shane to go to the hospital, but Shane didn't want to go. So the doctors the WWE doctors end up taking him into the training room. So, but it was pretty awesome sort of backstage garage thing with AJ and Shane. So then we had AJ in the locker room. The Usos are going, "Oh, why'd you do that to Shane?" And then AJ comes out of the locker room. Daniel Bryan's there. Daniel calls AJ a coward, and that he lost all respect for AJ, and he fires AJ for doing that, which we can't do that because I'll get to why. I'll get to that at the end of this review. But Daniel had Styles being thrown out of the building. So, but yes, that's what happened. Then he had Mojo Rawley versus Dolph Ziggler. It was a pretty match. Didn't care for it. It was really short though. You just had Mojo Rawley win the match by countout. So yeah, it was a match. It was short. Then after that, you had Randy Orton coming out, talking about having his opportunity for months to face Bray Wyatt, and that he had to figure out a way to destroy what Bray loved, and that was his sister Abigail, when he burned down the compound 2 weeks ago. And he goes on to say that Bray is afraid of being alone, and that Bray is now alone. And then Randy Orton goes on to say at WrestleMania he will take everything from Bray. That eventually leads to we see in Bray goes on to talk about Orton, saying he thought Orton burned the soul of Sister Abigail, and that he says that that Sister Abigail was a spawn of Satan. Bray says that he's born again, and this is where it gets really awkward though for this segment. Bray says that he's born again, and that he's baptized himself with Sister Abigail's ashes, and you just see just Bray rubbing the ashes all over himself. I'm like, this is awkward. So, but it was a pretty cool segment with Orton and Bray Wyatt. And then after that, you had Baron Corbin being interviewed about saying how Ambrose came looking for him last week. They showed the footage of what happened, where Baron dropped the forklift on top of Ambrose. And he says that he put him in the hospital, and that at WrestleMania, he's going to take everything away from Ambrose, including the Intercontinental title. Take mostly everything away for good from Ambrose. So it was a little interview. And then we had the main event, which was the Usos versus American Alpha. Pretty boring match, in my opinion. It was just slow. I mean, it's good seeing it was good seeing American Alpha, in the ring taking on the Usos. I like American Alpha. They're pretty good. But then at the end of the match, you had the Usos win. And then during the match, I forgot to say, during the match, you had Shane just, walking around. He was with Finlay and Jamie Noble while we saw that while the match was going on. And then eventually, after the match was over, after the Usos American Alpha match was over, we see Shane making his way out. He's on the stage, and he comes out and says that at WrestleMania, Styles will be Styles will be his opponent. Will be Shane's opponent at WrestleMania, which obvious we all knew about that. So it was like oh well, Styles, you don't have an opponent at WrestleMania. Well, you got one now. And then it was really funny. It just cuts off like that very fast, though. But yeah, so we all knew about that. It was predictable. So, but yeah, looks like Styles and Shane is happening. So, but yeah, so anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching, and until the next video, I'll see you all later. Bye.